Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be going over the CWL Ruleset 1.0. Again, it's 1.0, it's not the finished rule set. If you guys don't know who I am, my name's Classic Evolved, or Jordan. I'm a really low-end Call of Duty caster, and I'm the co-owner of Four Peaks Esports, and I'll link that down below as well. And the boys are going to be going to Vegas this year, so I just kind of wanted to talk about the rule set and just have a little chat about it. Now, obviously, this year there is where was it, 6 million prize pool, which is the largest in esports history. Now, I was actually talking about this earlier with some of the kids I play with, and I was saying they made record-breaking numbers this year, and the prize pool's only 6 million. Like, if they just threw in like an extra 4 million of their profits, which is like nothing, that would make it a $10 million prize pool, and that would make it sound like crazy. But they won't do that because, you know, Activision, and they are just money hungry. So what are you going to do? But again, this is the 1.0 rule set, and obviously all of this is just kind of, you know, whatever. Call of Duty Esports is about the universe, whatever. No one cares. All we care about is about the rule set. And again, it's version 1.0, so it doesn't mean everything. It's not the end all, but it is the first rule set. So again, this year it's going to be hardpoint search and control. So instead of hardpoint search CTF or hardpoint search and, you know, whatever else they had, like Call of Duty Ghost, they had Blitz, and then they had, I am even forgetting the name of the one you throw the hoop in. I don't know how I'm forgetting the name of that. But this year it's going to be control, and obviously control is the new game mode where 30 lives on each team. One team attacks 2 objectives, the other team defends 2 objectives. If the attacking team can get one of the objectives, they gain another minute on the clock to try to get the other objective. But again, it's only 30 lives on each side, so really it's one of those game modes where defense wins like a lot. Like, I'm talking, I've watched a lot of matches of control now, and it's really defense winning like 75% of them. So we'll see how that plays out through the year. But now we're going to kind of look at the maps. And yeah, it's going to be replacing Capture the Flag from last year. Now, I think Capture the Flag was a good game mode, personally. I hated it because I was terrible at it, but it was a really team-oriented game mode. And Control's just kind of weird. And that may have to do on part with the specialists, which I have a list of them here. We're going to be talking about that in a second after we go through the maps. Now, the maps for Control, we're looking at Arsenal, Frequency, Gridlock, Jungle, Payload, and Seaside. I will say Arsenal, really good map for Control. I think Frequency's a decent map for Control. Gridlock is a bad map in general. Jungle, I've yet to see Jungle play out on Control, but I just can't see it being that good of a map. Payload and Seaside are interesting. I don't mind Seaside as a map. A lot of the pros and a lot of players are saying they don't like Seaside. I don't know. I don't know. Payload could work for Control. I think that's one of the better maps, along with Arsenal and Frequency. I think Gridlock's awkward. Jungle, I've yet to see, but I just don't see it working that well. And Seaside's one of those maps where it's really cut off, like one side of the map to the other. Towards that B side, the beer side, it's really cut off, so it's like awkward. Because Control is one of those game modes where you need easy access to get to both spots. Because if you don't have easy access, you're pretty much forcing your team to 5-push one of the sites, and then the other team can just 5-man hold the site, and it's a lot easier to hold and then try to push a site. Now we have the settings though: 2-second respawn delay, 3-second suicide penalty, 15-second pre-match timer, 5-second pre-round timer. That's just basics. It doesn't really mean much. Then we go to Hardpoint, and this is actually for Hardpoint and Search and Destroy. I believe they're the same. Oh, no, they're not. I thought that was saying that. Here's the initial. No, that means going down. All right. So the hardpoint maps are going to be Arsenal. Great map for hardpoint. I think it's fantastic. Contraband. I can't agree with that. I feel like that map's really. It's not a bad search map, but hardpoint, it just feels like a pub match. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Frequency, not a bad map at all. I think Arsenal and Frequency, Arsenal spawns are a little awkward. Like, you can have the enemy team spawn behind you on a certain couple hills, especially I think the last hill on Arsenal, which is in window room. It's really hard to get the spawns there. Contraband, yeah, awkward. Frequency, really good map. I feel like the spawns work really well there, and trying to get the flank onto spawns is really good there as well with the two outside lanes. Gridlock, it's a okay map. Again, these spawns are really far back on two of the hills, so a team can cut off spawns and force you to spawn across the map without even being even that close to the spawns, because you can see into the back of the map and just cut it off. It's really weird. Seaside, I feel like it's not too bad of a hardpoint map. It's a little tight, close quarters, but what are you gonna do? It just creates a fast-paced game. Slums, obviously, it's a hardpoint map for Black Ops 2. It's a GOAT map. Obviously, with 5v5, it's a little bit fast-paced, but there's not much you can do about that. I mean, it's still a good map overall. And then Summit, I don't know why they're doing Summit. I think Summit doesn't work for anything whatsoever. Search, I think it's terrible. Hardpoint, I've yet to even see Summit Hardpoint. I've yet to play Summit Hardpoint, but like the map just doesn't work. I mean, the entire back side of the map's just cut off with that outside lane going up like the hill towards the back spawn, you know, with, I don't even know what to call it. There's probably a call out for it. I don't know. It's just like really split, like just one side of the map. It's just an awkward map. I don't get it. But, you know, out of these maps, I feel like Arsenal works, Frequency works, Seaside's not bad. Gridlock is a little awkward, but it does work. Slums works. I think Contraband and Summit are a little iffy. Summit especially, I don't think would work, but what are you going to do? Then we see the Search and Destroy maps. Arsenal, probably the best Search and Destroy map in the game. I think the bomb placements are perfect, and I think the mobility around the map through vents or through window is literally perfection. I don't think you can get much better. Just a better search map than Arsenal, especially for 5v5, because the map's decently sized and just paced, I feel like, for 5v5. Firing range, that's going to be a interesting search map. I feel like those rounds are going to end so quick, especially if the teams hit A, because if you hit A, you have to hit A as a team, because there's always going to be the kid on the backside barrel head glitching, and you have to pretty much force two guys to kind of shoot at him to get him off of it. So it's like you force your team to push that, but then your team can get flanked. But with 5v5, you can kind of leave one guy in the wood area and watching the back flank, like sitting in a corner, but he's not going to get away with that like every round. It's just awkward, and I feel like the firing range rounds are going to end really quickly, especially with the pros. It's going to be interesting to see. Frequency, I think, is a good search map. Bomb placements aren't bad. I'll say the B site is a little awkward with being able to look over it from mid. So if you're in a 1v2, it's so hard to plant B. I mean, they can see you from the back sides, like spawn. I don't know how to even say that. And then they can see you from the top. So it makes it really awkward to even go to the B side. It's just so open, it feels like. But again, it's still probably one of the best maps here in terms of layout still. And I think how even the map is, I mean, it's literally copied and pasted from each side except for the back spawns. It's not a bad map. I think that's one of the best. You know, I play a lot of 2v2s and 3v3s. That's one of the best maps for 2v2s and 3v3s that I've played so far. Gridlock, again, it's pretty much like firing range. You push the A site in Dojo, and you're going to have to 5-push it, because there's going to be the kid who on defense can get to the bomb before you, and he just head glitches on that middle, you know, on the bomb or on that middle like platform in Dojo. And then, you know, you have to have like all your team pushing that, and then one player watching the back spawn or two players watching the back spawn. It's just awkward. Then the B site's just like, you can see it from back truck, you can see it from window. It's just, I don't know. It's a weird map. Hacienda, good map. I like the map. I think the A bomb site is really well, and so is the B bomb site. B bomb site, you can plant it for the window. You can plant it for inside, the inside lane, or you can even try to plant it sort of for Lamborghini. And then the A site, and it has good mobility. You can get to it from 3 different lanes, which is perfect. I think that's how every bomb site should work. And I mean, it doesn't have to be 3 lanes right on top of each other, but at least some sort of lanes, you know, where firing range, yeah, there's 3 lanes to get to it, like from tin. You can see the A bomb site, but it just feels cut off. When you're going to A, you're pretty much forced to go down that lane, the one lane. Uh, but Hacienda works. Both sites are really, I think, well positioned, especially the A site. There's no head glitch that's overpowered for either side. Like the one side can get on that like rock face on defense, and then the other side can get on the barrels when they come through the gate right past the well. And I think it's really really even on the B site, though the B site's a little more of a uh, dice roll. But you can go through water on the B site as well. I think it works really well. Payload, again, I think that's a decent search map. It's a little bit interesting, really tight quarters on that inside section. And I've been watching some scrims of Four Peaks and just of some pros. And when you start talking about the specialist, it is insane. Like when someone has, dude, I always forget the names. So when someone has, not battery, how am I forgetting the name? Oh God. Here we go. Ruin. How did I forget the name? Ruin. When someone has gravity slam, all they have to do is just hit it once, and voila, that's like three kills. It's not terrible. Then Seaside, I will be one to say the B site is so cut off. You have to force like a full team push onto that site, especially in like 3v3 and 2v2s, because there's nothing you can do you can't get to the B site quickly at all from mid. So it's like really really awkward. But I think the A site is perfect. Like there's so many lanes to see it, so defending it's not that bad. But when you plant it, also defending the plant's not that bad. I think the A site works really well. The B site, however, really bad placement, but there's not really any other spot they could put it. That's the kind of issue there with that map, unless they totally redid the map, which they're not going to do. And in the settings, they decreased the time to 1:30, so they're really pushing for fast rounds in 5v5, which isn't terrible. It's just, I mean, just whatever. Round win limit increased to 6 rounds, which I think is just normal. Select spawn disabled, silent plant enabled. All right, that's just normal. And then we come to the specialist, and this is where everyone kind of had issues. The maps themselves aren't that bad. The game modes aren't that bad, but then you come down to the specialist. The only specialist that is fully restricted is Nomad. And everyone knows Nomad, the dog, and the mesh mines right here. So the dog, if the dog was allowed, that'd be just, you would have to have all your team just shooting at it for about like 20 seconds, and then it would die. And that would just be stupid. And then mesh mines, they're like claymores. Those have always been banned. What are you going to do? And then they restricted certain equipment. So sensor dart, that's an obvious. You can't have sensor dart. That's dumb. And then tac deploy is restricted in hardpoint search and destroy only. So I actually agree with this, because tac deploy in hardpoint would totally just neglect the idea of trying to get spawns, because then you could just throw your tac deploy back there like the hill before, and then just spawn there after you die, and then now you have magically have spawns. And I think that totally would ruin hardpoint. Then search and destroy, you can't have 2 lives. That's stupid. But the use of tac deploy and control, I think, is a really really cool idea. I think that could really be used to make some interesting rounds happen, where you're the player running tac deploy, you get into their back spawn or sort of back spawn, and you place it there, and all of a sudden you're coming from behind them, and then they place a tac deploy in the control with like 30 seconds left, and now they're spawning on the hill, and then it's just crazy mayhem. And I think tac deploy in control could be really really interesting, how it works and whatnot. But then I was thinking, I gotta be honest with you, going through this, ballistic shield, that has to go. I mean, you cannot defeat the ballistic shield. You shoot it with a rocket, it like does nothing. You shoot it with the Tempest, it does nothing. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to counter that or anything. I think it's just totally just cheese. And if you think about some of the maps, if you run into Beer on Seaside with Ajax, round 11, you win the round. Like, come on. It's just dumb. And then 9 Bang, They should just get rid of it. Nine bang is so bad. It's so bad, and they fixed it, but it's still so bad. Like, I'd get rid of nine bang and just concussions, but even concussions are pretty bad. It's like, so I just get rid of Ajax. I get rid of Nomad. I think Profit is okay, but get rid of the shock drones. I think Firebreak's okay. I think Reactor Core's a little because you can just hit it through the walls, and it doesn't have any height limit too. So a player can be lower church on Seaside and can hit you top church with the Reactor Core. If I'm being honest with you guys, I'll be straight up. I don't think equipment should be allowed at all. I think equipment should just be thrown out the window. Personally, I don't even like specialists that much, but I think specialists add a little bit of fun and diversity to the game. That's where World War II kind of died. It was just bland. I mean, there wasn't anything to it. I think all the equipment's just dumb. And then you go to Torque. Torque, nothing on Torque's banned. He can throw a barricade down, razor wire down, onto the bomb. And never mind just the bomb, then you have to have players running rockets because in Control, if they set up the razor wire in front, say on Arsenal, and you can't get through the door, you're going to have to go through vents or through window, and you're pretty much screwed until one of your teammates pull out a rocket, which means they're going to have to kill themselves. And if they kill themselves, they have, what was the suicide penalty is 3 seconds, right, on Control? That's 3 seconds, boom, gone. And 3 seconds are huge in Control because you only have like 2 minutes, I believe. So it's like, okay. And so honestly, I feel like they should just get rid of equipment. I don't mind Barricade as much because Tempest can one-shot Razor Wire and Barricades, but you don't want to have to be saving your Tempest to take out this. And again, obviously if you're using Torque, you're not going to have any cool abilities like to counter or just take out a whole team with. But the Barricade's practically restricting a whole team onto one side of things, and it's just I don't like it. Honestly, I think equipment should go. Torque should be taken out. I think if we go down this War Machine, that's fine. Vision Pulse should be taken out. Sensor Dart's already taken out. But the thing is, they take out Sensor Dart, but they don't take out Vision Pulse. Vision Pulse is just a better Sensor Dart. Like, and obviously you don't get it as much, but like, come on now. So if we're going down this list, War Machine's fine. Okay. Take out Torque. Take out Recon. Annihilator, that's fine. Gravity Slam, that's fine. TAC 5, it's not bad. Especially both teams can use it, and they use it in specific rounds. And I think TAC 5 could stay in. It's kind of a logical kind of thing to have if it can be countered as well. I think Purifier should stay, though it can shoot really far right now. Ajax should just be rid of, Nomad rid of, and then Tempest. But then that leaves you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It leaves you with 6 specialists. And that's 5 players, so it's just going to be one specialist that's kind of thrown out the window, and I doubt anyone's going to want to use Crash. So then it would just be everyone using Prophet, Firebreak, Ruin, Seraph, and Battery. So I know the Treyarch, they don't want to do that. They don't want to get rid of everything, but like there comes a point where it's like, come on now. Come on. Like Barricades, we're talking 9 bangs. Come on. A Vision Pulse. Vision Pulse wasn't even allowed in Black Ops 3. What are we doing? I feel like we're going back. And obviously this is the 1.0. It's the 1.0. It can change, but like still, it's bad. It is bad. And now Tactiploy, I don't mind in Control because I feel like it can add this element to it, but everywhere else, again, it's restricted, so that's good. And obviously, this is going to be the rules. I think this is going to be guaranteed rules for Las Vegas. I don't think they're going to change them again. So, yeah. And then we have the weapon restrictions, Titan, Hades, VKM, MOG, whatever, SG-12. So the shotguns are rid of. I think 2 of the light machine guns are rid of, not all of them. And then rocket launchers are allowed. Now, rocket launchers, as long as they don't kill players easily, I don't mind them. Like, you shouldn't be able to hit it on the ground next to 2 players and kill them both, unless they're, like, really weak. And that's what I'm afraid of rocket launchers doing. That's kind of the fear. I understand them being in the game to get rid of razor wire and barricade. But why not just get rid of razor wire and barricade, and then you don't even have to worry about having rocket launchers in the game. And then you have all the restrictions attachments. So high caliber's gone, high explosive, all right, laser sight 2, max load, rapid fire, rocket cache, steady grip. I think steady grip's grip 2, if I'm not mistaken, which I don't really care for. It doesn't matter. Laser sight 2, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Fast lock optics, that's for the rocket. That's rid of, whatever. Gun ho, Skulker, Team Link Tracker. So Team Link Tracker and Skulker, I understand. Skulker would be kind of overpowered because when you're crouching with the sniper and you come around a corner, when you're crouching, it has a lot less sway. And with Skulker, you can move so fast. So you can peek around a window in about 2 seconds with no sway and just pop the guy, and he doesn't even have a chance to shoot you with Skulker. Gunho, I guess it's a little overpowered at the moment, but whatever. Overkill's banned. Primary operator mod and secondary operator mods are banned, alright. Overkill, with the way the snipers are now, I feel like they still get too many hit markers to where it's not even worth pulling it out. You might as well just pull out an ICR because that's a sniper in and of itself. So I don't know. And again, it's the 1.0 rule set, so they'll probably change. And score streaks, UAV, care package, counter, sentry, mantis, all the overpowered stuff just get rid of. And obviously care package you can't have in because, well, one, no one's going to wait for a care package in a comp game with the time ticking down. And you can get like anything from a care package, so what are you going to do? And then acoustic sensor is rid of. Didn't we already know that? I thought we knew that. Lobby settings, or it's just the normal stuff. And that's that. The online ladders and the first 2Ks this Sunday, so it is in 2 days. And I'm pretty sure these are the rules for Vegas. So there we go. That's my thoughts and opinion on the rule set. I know this video is a little bit longer, but I wanted to go through this whole thing and have a chat with you guys and kind of just talk my preference and what I think about it. I think, this year is not going to be bad. I think there's a few fixes, obviously, that we talked about in the video. But overall, I think this is going to be a good year. I mean, the game is blowing up. Like, right now on Twitch. We could go to Twitch right now. Let's actually see. Let's go to Browse. And Call of Duty, where is Call of Duty? Oh, it's a little bit low right now, actually. Oh, this was a bad example. Though I believe Dota 2, League of Legends, and Fortnite are all probably having tournaments today. Let's just check. Yeah, DreamHack for Dota. League of Legends probably. Yeah, Worlds. It's a countdown, but still. And then Ninja's playing Fortnite. And I don't even think Shroud's on right now, or Summit, or any of the top streamers there. So, can't really get mad there. But again, guys, thank you for watching. I think it's going to be a good year. I think there's going to be a lot more attendance. I feel like this picture right here is actually going to be a good representation of what it looks like throughout the year, especially at Vegas. I think Vegas is going to be a lot of fun, and I'll be there. That'll be my first actually event that I go to. So, yeah, that'll be fun. So thank you for watching, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you guys all later.